Well, with more nations now banned from sending cattle to the U.S., ag officials say changes, they're on the way. During a lengthy hearing last week before the House Ag Committee, Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins said the screwworm, it is top priority for their department. She testified the last time it hit U.S. herds, it took 3 decades for the industry to recover, a move she says our nation's cattle producers cannot afford. USDA's APHIS has added El Salvador and Belize to a list of regions affected by New World screwworm after confirmed outbreaks in both countries, and now imports of horses, ruminants, swine, and dogs from these countries into the U.S. restricted unless the animals are inspected and treated for screwworm. Secretary Rollins says USDA will be taking more steps in the coming weeks aimed at a more aggressive approach. Well, the state of Missouri is officially investigating a recent false report of New World screwworm. Not only sparked industry concern, but also caused a downturn in cattle future markets. Missouri Director of Agriculture Chris Chinn joins us now for an update. Chris, thank you for being here. Some of the background on this claim, when this happened, and the effects that it had. What do you know about the situation?
Well, this happened the Tuesday after Memorial Day, and we came into the office and we found out that there was a story out on the internet saying that New World screwworm had hit Missouri. As you can imagine, our phones started ringing from producers as well as the veterinary community. Elected officials were calling us, and we were trying to get to the bottom of it. We reached out to the Missouri State Highway Patrol Rural Crimes Unit and asked them to help us investigate this and look into the origin of where this bad rumor came from. And they are currently investigating this with the help of the Missouri Attorney General's office.
Any information regarding this investigation? Have you heard anything?
It is an ongoing investigation, so the amount of information that they can share with us is extremely limited, but they are trying to find the source of where this started. It's alleged that an email was sent out to a radio station claiming that New World screwworm had hit the state of Missouri, and that's where the story originated from. They're trying to determine more information about that, but at this time, they're not able to share any more information with us.
Well, of course, we know how the markets responded, and maybe you can address the issue like something like this can have, the ripple effects of a false claim that has an impact on the ag industry.
Absolutely. We immediately started reaching out to the U.S. Department of Agriculture for their assistance on this. But in the meantime, we continued to watch the futures market drop. It's estimated by economists that we lost anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 that morning during the trade. We immediately put out a press release from our office letting people know that that information was false, and the markets did start to rebound. So it did offer stability, but it shows what a false report can do to the market and to the cattle industry and the farmers and ranchers who are depending on being able to sell their cattle that day.
Absolutely. That is definitely some scary stuff, and something that, of course, that everybody has to be so diligent with when it comes to that. Before I let you go, Chris, an update, spring planting and crop progress. How are conditions there for your producers?
Well, the majority of our farmers were able to get their crops in and get them in early, but we have seen a lot of rain recently, and there are some farms that have not been able to plant anything yet. So they are hoping that the rain will take a pause so they can get into the field to get their corn and soybeans planted. Hay, we are very, very behind on our hay. It just won't stop raining. We love the rain in June, but we'd like to have a 2 to 3 week window here where we can let our guys get in the hay field. Missouri is a big hay state, and so every day that our farmers are waiting to get in the hayfield, we're worried about hay quality moving forward.
Absolutely. I think that is a story for a lot of states, especially here, too, in Tennessee as well. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all that you do there in Missouri. Missouri Director of Agriculture, Chris Chinn.